This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Friday the 26th day of April in the year 2019. Here's what we're tracking tonight. 4 new members of Parliament were sworn in today, replacing the 4 former government ministers who were forced to resign from Parliament because of their dual citizenship. Taking the oath of office today before the Speaker and Clerk were Mervyn Williams, Tabitha Sarabo Halley, Donald Mutu, and Reynard Ward.
I, Mervyn Williams, do hereby solemnly declare
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the people of Guyana.
That I will faithfully execute the office of Member of the National Assembly without fear,
affection, or ill will.
And that in the execution of the functions of that office,
I will honor, uphold, and preserve the Constitution of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. So help me God.
The 4 new MPs have replaced Joe Harmon, Carl Greenwich, Dominic Gaskin, and Dr. Rupert Ripnerine. Those 4 were forced to resign following judgments in the no-confidence cases in the court. In both the High Court and the Guyana Court of Appeal, it was ruled that it is unconstitutional for someone who holds dual citizenship to be a member of the National Assembly. Although they have already resigned, 3 of the 4 former government ministers have indicated that they intend to renounce their foreign citizenship. The 4th former MP, Dominic Gaskin, was born in the United Kingdom. The 4 new members of the National Assembly who took office today were congratulated by government members who were the only ones in the House for the sitting. The opposition is continuing its boycott of the Assembly. Of the 4 new MPs, 1 will serve as a government minister. The WPA's Tabitha Sarabo Halley will serve as the new Minister of Public Service in the Ministry of the Presidency. The portfolios that were held by the other 3 former ministers will be taken up by other members in the government. More news in a moment.
Do you love me? 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 Now I can dance. Watch me now.
You ask for it, you go for it. GTT Plus Star Singing Competition is here. Do you think you have what it takes to win? It's Plus Star Singing with Plus Star ratings. Auditions open on April 26 and 27 at Duke Lodge from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit gtt.co.gy for details. GTT Plus Star.
The future is green. Let's help you experience the future with easy financing for your business or home. Be it for solar energy, water treatment recycling, water filters, energy-saving appliances, or wind power projects. Enjoy competitive interest rates, fast approvals, and discounted lending services fees, low equity contribution, and flexible repayment. Visit us for details or go to www.gbtibank.com or email us at banking@gbtibank.com. GBTI, we see Guyana through your eyes.
East Coast on Sunday, 5th May, Indian Arrival Day, Best Family Entertainment and
71 Sound Family
invites all to the annual East Coast Chutney Show at Ogle Community Center Ground, featuring our 2019 Chutney King, Stephen Ramphal, A.W. Lyrical, Romeo Mystic, aka Coolie Boy, and 3 times Trinidad Chutney King, K.I.
Music by Shakti String Band,
MC Chinese Man, aka Lowly. Gates open 6 p.m., showtime 9 p.m. Advance tickets $1,500. VIP is $6,000. More at the gate. Get your tickets now at the following locations: Joy Signs, PM Soat, Judson's, That's Pharmacy Pleasance, Matt's Printery Industry, Prance Chinese Supermarket Industry, Ramchan Auto Spares, Cherry Street, all M&M's Naked locations, Gifla Mall, AAA Service Center, Storage Grocery, inside Starbuck Market. Best Family Entertainment. Call 673-6778. See you as we celebrate Indian Arrival Day, May 5th at Ogle Community Center Ground in fine style. Sponsored by Jai Signs, Ramada, Outliners Barbershop, opposite Ogle Center Ground, and Chetson's, home of the originals.
Welcome back. 4 men who were recently arrested following the discovery of more than 5 pounds of cocaine in a fire extinguisher appeared in court today, but only one of them is behind bars this evening. In the magistrate's court today, 28-year-old Dinesh Dias pleaded guilty to being in possession of the cocaine for the purpose of trafficking. He was immediately sentenced to 4 to 8 months in jail and fined $5.1 million. Dias was jointly charged with the other suspects, Anthony Collins, Sinarayan Mathura, and Mohammed Ishan. He told the court that he resides at the home where the cocaine was found, and the other 3 men had no knowledge of its presence in the house. Because of the guilty plea by Dias, the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit indicated to the court that the charges against the other 3 men will be withdrawn. That announcement allowed the other 3 former suspects to walk out of the courtroom as free men, while their friend was bundled off to jail. The cocaine in the fire extinguisher was discovered in a Tamari house earlier this week during a raid by the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit. Investigators believe an attempt would have been made to get the cocaine-filled fire extinguisher to be placed onto an aircraft destined for the U.S. Let's tell you now that the American fugitive Troy Thomas, who was extradited from Guyana 2 days ago, has appeared in a New York courtroom and has been charged for the 2011 murder of a Guyanese man, Keith Frank. The incident took place in Queens, New York 8 years ago, and Thomas fled to Guyana where he started a new life. He was arrested a year ago during a police operation, and the U.S. government immediately filed a request for his extradition. Thomas was extradited on Wednesday after failing with all of his legal efforts to halt that extradition. In New York, the Queens District Attorney's Office said Thomas was indicted in 2012 for the murder of Keith Frank. During his Queens courtroom appearance on Thursday, Thomas was ordered held without bail. The Assistant District Attorney for Queens, Joan Ryan, said the defendant has been on the run for 7 years, but he is now in U.S. custody and will answer for the senseless killing of a 20-year-old man in South Richmond Hill, Queens, just before Christmas in 2011. The U.S. Embassy here in Georgetown said the extradition set a new precedent in relations between Guyana and the U.S., adding that the move by the Guyanese government shows that Guyana is on the right track and making the right moves when it comes to law and order. On the business front, the ExxonMobil company has announced that the 3 recent oil finds offshore Guyana has assisted in the strengthening of the company's portfolio. The first 2 discoveries for this year were made offshore Guyana at the Tilapia 1 and Haimara 1 wells during the first quarter. Earlier this month, the company also announced a new discovery at the Yellowtail 1 well, making it the 13th discovery on the Stabroek Block offshore Guyana. Exxon is expected to begin full oil production in Guyana by early next year. The 13 discoveries amount to over 5.5 billion barrels of oil offshore Guyana alone. Guyana is being seen as an emerging powerhouse in the global oil and gas sector. Exxon is continuing its exploration offshore Guyana. The first oil find offshore Guyana by the company was in 2015. There have been 12 other discoveries since then. The ExxonMobil Corporation today announced estimated first quarter 2019 earnings of $2.4 billion. Across the region is coming up next.
Guyoil is a proud Guyanese-owned and Guyanese-operated company, serving our nation for over 42 years. All the profits remain in Guyana and are used for the development of our country. So when you buy fuel and lubricants from Guyoil, you are directly contributing to Guyana's economic development. Let's continue to build this nation together. Fuel up and drive with Super 95 from Guyoil.
Fuel it up and drive!
Linden Town Week isn't just the biggest events, the best fets, the most action, cultural shows, exhibition, food, music, sports, and anything you can dream of. Linden Town Week 2019 begins from Saturday the 20th of April to Wednesday the 1st of May. For more information, contact the Linden Town Week Secretariat on 444-2200 or follow the Linden Maritime Council's Facebook page.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right. Walk in upright ways, knowing that's what being a man is all about. And ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong. Be the one to live right.
Across the region right now, the St. Lucian government on Thursday reiterated its position that it would not support the financially troubled regional airline Liat unless there are changes to the structure of the Antigua-based airline. The St. Lucian Prime Minister said Liat must change. His comments come ahead of next week's meeting of Liat shareholders and directors in Barbados, amid concerns of a worsening financial crisis that could probably lead to the airline being grounded. The Antigua and Barbuda government on Thursday said it would resist any collapse of the cash-strapped regional carrier, and that it has developed a strategic approach which will be further discussed in Barbados at the end of the month. Prime Minister Gaston Brown said the cabinet had discussed the impending meetings of Liat shareholders and directors to be held in Barbados next Tuesday. Antigua and Barbuda is one of 4 shareholder governments of Liat. The others are Barbados, Dominica, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Premier of the British Virgin Islands, Andrew Foy, on Thursday said he has been receiving death threats since he won the general elections in the British Virgin Islands back in February. Premier Foy told Parliament that there have been 3 major threats to his life and that the matter is now classified as a national security issue. He said the Commissioner of Police is aware of the threats to assassinate him. The 48-year-old led the Virgin Islands Party to power 8 years after it was swept out of office, and he told Parliament that even before being elected, there had been prophecies from religious leaders that he would lead the territory, and that came to pass. He said the death threats to his life have also been prophesied, and he was not going to take the threats lightly. And finally this evening, international news. The BBC reports tonight that people around the world are becoming more angry, stressed and worried, according to a new global survey. Of some 150,000 people interviewed in over 140 countries, a third said they suffered stress, while at least 1 in 5 experienced sadness or anger. The annual Gallup Global Emotions report asks people about their positive and negative experiences. The most negative country was Chad, followed by Niger. The most positive country was Paraguay, the report said. The US was the 39th most positive country. The UK was 46th, and India ranked 93rd. Researchers focused on the experiences of participants the day before the survey took place. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. Gordon Mosley reporting.